Now, guys, let's quickly understand a much complex concept on if statement, that is nested if. Now, Python supports nested if statement, which means we can use conditional if of else if statement instead inside an existing if statement. Yeah. There may be a situation when you want to check for another condition after condition resolves to true. Yeah. Uh, Previously, elif, which we used, was was the statement when the condition evaluated to false. But there could be a condition when the condition evaluates to true, and you want to test one more condition inside true. Yeah. So that is where the nested if will come into picture. Now, in a nested if construct, you can have an if elif else construct inside another if elif else construct. So it is pretty much like a construct wherein you can have complex formulas being built into a statement. Yeah. And you can use it for multiple condition check. Yeah. So for an example, an if else or a nested if condition will look like this. Yeah. So you have, if we clearly see, you have if expression, then you have the statements for which is if it evaluates to true, then there are some statements. Post that, you may have an another if, which again evaluates the expression two and checks for another statement. Yeah. And then elif statement. So these are nested if. So if you have an if, you have a nested if as well. Same way, in a previous example, when we tried to do the elif thing, we also had this nested if, and there is a nested if, but this was for false condition. Now we are talking about for true condition as well. Yeah. So when the above code, so let's try to put some code. Suppose I have this code. Let me write it. So I say a number, any number, let it be 8 or 9 or 10, anything, 8 being my favorite number. So I'll say print uh, num. So I'll rather take a input. I'll say integer input. Please enter any number to find its divisibility. Yeah. Okay. So I have to input a number. Now what it should do? If num mod of 2 equals to 0. I hope you understand, know what you have. You can refer my previous videos on mod. If this equals to 2, then it will check if num mod of 3 equals to 0. Yeah, it should take the check this condition. And if that is the case, then it will print it is divisible by 3 and 2. Yeah, so it is divisible by both. Else, it will print as divisible by 2 and not divisible by 3. Yes, perfect. Else, now this particular else condition is for this if. Yeah, so this is a block of code for if the condition goes through, and then it has a nested if, wherein it is checking whether the number is divisible by 3. If it is divisible by 2 and 3 both, it prints this statement. And if it is divisible by 2 and not by 3, then it will print this statement. Else, if now it directly checks whether num is divisible by 3 to 0. Yeah. So suppose there would be a condition where it is not divisible by 2. So it will not go for this num divisible by 3 because this condition itself has not fulfilled. So it will directly jump to else statement and check whether num is divisible by 3 or not. Yes. And it will check if it is divisible by 3, then it will print this is divisible by 3 and not divisible by 2. Perfect. Again, if it is not divisible by 3, then it will say that it is neither divisible by 3, neither. So we saw that now it is neither divisible by 2 nor divisible by 3. So this is how you use nested ifs for multiple conditions where you will have multiple statements to be followed when you are trying to get a complex formula built. Yeah. So in if what we have seen till now is if condition directly, then we checked on if and else, then we checked on if else, and then finally we checked on nested if. So this is how you can build on your decision making capabilities in your programs to have a control on the various decisions that has to be taken by the various steps or programs that you have. Thank you so much.